I'm ready when you are.
Oh, go ahead. All right. Yes, I do have notes, but that's only because although I talk a lot all the time, when I get in front of people, I don't talk well. So I just have to go off of this. So most of you know me as a fellow resident. Some of us are friends. One of them happens to be my husband. What a lot of you guys don't know is what I like to do outside of work, just a little bit more about me. A lot of my interests include traveling, gardening, cooking, playing with my dog, camping, reading, and occasionally getting a little crazy and going skydiving, which Dr. McFarland's not a fan of. I'm an aunt to two beautiful little girls and adore my family and appreciate the love and the family support. I think that's been really important. My husband's great. He's a fabulous chief, and I like working with him. We have fun together. So I think my interests allow me to find a lot of common topics of conversation with a lot of different people, which I believe is important to allow for quick and comfortable communication with complete strangers and would be an advantage as part of being a chief. So residency shapes, the type of physician that you're going to become, and is an important part of developing personal physician qualities and professional relationships. Choosing a strong program is really important. Luckily, all of you guys chose really well. So it's been a great training site for me here at Botsford, both as a student and as a resident. And I want to ensure that we continue to have a really well-known program and high-quality residents, and continue to obtain candidates that meet our expectations and fit into the department well. So, in college, I was an assistant recruitment chair for my sorority, and then in medical school, I was a student ambassador. In both of those positions, I was responsible for getting to know candidates, not only finding out kind of what they have to offer our program, but making sure they know what we had to offer them and why they should kind of choose us, which plays a lot into Botsford during our interview season. And it's not something you do over months. It's something that you have to do within a couple hours of meeting candidates, or a few minutes here and there during their ER visits, which sometimes someone's only there for a couple days if they don't have an opportunity to be with us for the whole month. So establishing a good positive first impression for us on them, as well as being able to kind of make conclusions about their motives and incentives and their personalities is pretty important. I was able to manage the responsibility both, in my past, and I think I would do well being able to manage that here when it comes to getting to know the fourth-year students and getting to know our younger residents. So, and previously I've been pretty involved with the interview periods. I've done a lot of the tours. I'm usually there for lunch, and this year was hosting the Adiamos meet and greet. So hopefully I'll get to do that again next year as well. I believe I'm a pretty approachable person that would serve well as a liaison between the residents and the faculty staff. I have a pretty strong relationship with a lot of the residents and a lot of the attendings, and I think I'd be able to facilitate some pretty good communication between the two groups. And then definitely would be advocating for you guys to ensure that our clinical skills and didactics are meeting the expectations that we want. I like teaching both students and residents, mostly teaching procedures. I think I'm pretty strong at kind of being patient and walking people through step by step and making them feel comfortable, and would definitely like to continue that. So I think here at Botsford, we're definitely a team, we're a family, and a lot of us I know are making sacrifices in our personal lives to advance during our residency. So, having kind of a family support here at Botsford's been really important. So I wouldn't only be here on like a professional level for everyone, I would like to be there on a personal level as well. So on the admin side, I'm organized, a little OCD, and multitask pretty well. So whether it be scheduling meetings, or just daily clinical tasks, I think I'd be able to provide pretty high quality work within like a necessary timeline. So for the past 3 years, the residency program has had a lot of changes. Most of those changes have been because of the previous chiefs. What they've accomplished and advanced has been pretty great. Didactics have definitely become stronger in the last 3 years that I've been here. Resident camaraderie has improved, and I think we've definitely had a improved communication between residents and faculty. Current chiefs have done an amazing job this year. I think all 3 of them are leaving very big shoes to fill, and I would be honored to continue working towards the common goals of improving our program and being a good chief. So a couple ideas I have. I know we kind of have a Facebook status that's already started with some of the past graduates. I would like to get kind of a hard copy of that, get email addresses, get both past and past and current employment for those residents over the last like 8 to 10 years that have graduated, and try to have that stored somewhere in the ER so as people are going out to look for jobs, they know, what locations, what regions people are in, if they've been there previously, and can get in contact a little bit more easily. I want to update the student manual so that there's a little bit more of an idea of essential learning points, for interns and for non-ED residents, including, just having some of the common ED chief complaints, differential diagnosis, treatments, some of the most current articles, including the newest updated sepsis guidelines and airway techniques, some of the common procedures that you would expect any student or intern who's rotated through our department to understand and be able to perform. Along those lines, I think having an end of rotation test would be a good idea. It wouldn't so much be a graded pass-fail. It's more of just a self-learning point. Did they actually come out knowing the critical points of being an ED intern student, knowing what we do? They're also, I've really liked that Kearns this year, actually the last 2 years, when he's on nights, especially slow nights, he always makes little quizzes on the back of the papers and hands them out to students and interns. I think that's been great. It allows for people to kind of get a little bit more, on the slower nights, still have some education to it. I would like to have about 8 to 10 of those that are pre-printed, so that any of the third-year residents who are around, even if you don't feel like writing up a quiz, they're already there and available that you can pull out and hand to someone and just take 5 minutes to go over it with them in the end of the shift and kind of run through answers and make sure they understand the important topics. The only other thing I would like to do, and it goes along with what Carl said about feedback and getting critiqued, and I think that's a lot of people are kind of wanting more of that. I think having meetings with especially interns and second years with the chiefs on like a maybe every 4 months, 5 months type basis, just to go over kind of where you currently stand, how things are going, and then also to address any questions that you have as far as expectations that are coming up in your future, as going into your second or third year of residency, and just kind of helping out to answer any of those unknowns. So that's all. I definitely know, whoever's going to be out of the 5 of us running, all of us would do an excellent job. So that's no concern.